Hello, my source students. We're here, back at it again with another video. Woo! Yeah, sorry. Uh, I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Sorry. Um, so I'm back with another video. What if Deku was hysterical Grimm? Sorry if you guys hear my fan going on in the background. Um, um, just to keep me cool. Oh, my legs are killing. Anyway. This is what if Deku was a hysterical Grimm. As I said in part zero, if you guys haven't watched part zero when you are watching this, I highly recommend that you go watch part zero so you get good understanding of uh of of what I'm doing right here. So I'm just gonna turn on my brightness because for some reason my recording freaking sucks. My recording software sucks, but so I just have to keep it plugged in constantly when I'm recording. Anyway, um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So this is what if Deku uh was the was the hysterical Grimm because there's only one. Okay, again, if you guys haven't seen what I'm talking about, get what I'm talking about. Please, seriously go watch Part Zero because it has a lot of information on what I'm doing and what I'm going forward with this character. And later today, I'll make another video talking about other what ifs and all of that. And no, if you guys are typing in the comments down below, like, where's this fan fiction? Is it fan fiction? Is it, whatever? No, this is all my idea. All these videos are my original idea and take on certain words and certain actions of people and music that I listen to, ideas that just go in and out of my head, kind of just my brain's everywhere. And sorry if I kind of space out for a minute. I'm either thinking of the context because I'm doing this as I go. I don't have a script beforehand, so I'm making this up by myself. I know I'm rambling on, but this is like I know comments are gonna flame me about this, but I do have to tell you this like every video. I have ADHD, so I'll be thinking of something or thinking of of something to keep talking. What's going next in the story. So I'll space out from time to time, and I'll stutter my words. That's just all my ADHD. Freaking sucks. Anyway, this is what if Deku was there, Circle Grim again. I'm sorry, I keep saying this. And I say a lot because ADHD. Anyway, so we start out with Izuku being around the age of 3 because I just want to get this out. Yeah, no, we start with Izuku at the age of 3. He's playing with Bakugo and all of his friends when when he remembers his birthday's coming up soon, where he'll be turning 4. And you know, and Zuko says to Bakugo, eh, uh, ba, I'm not gonna do voices. Kachan. I just sound weird. I'm sorry, but I'm just it just sounds really weird to me. Sorry, Bakugo. My birthday's coming up soon. That's when I'll get tested for my quirk. I don't remember if Bakugo's birthday is before or after Deku's. I don't remember. Bakugo says, cool. I'm just gonna say it's after, because I think Izuku was like one of the first ones. I think his birthday's before everyone else's. That would make more sense, because in the storyline, I think so. Anyway, time skip to a couple months later where, everyone's getting their quirks. Bakugo hasn't got his, so he doesn't have his big head, you know. But this is during class when um, Izuku, you know, starts screaming, like blood-curdling screams. And the teachers come running over, asking and checking if he's okay. Um, but uh, but then Izuku just passes out, and so they call up Inko, saying, "Izuku, Izuku, um, sorry, I keep saying Izuku was screaming for no reason. We don't know. Maybe it's his quirk. We don't know. Can you come pick him up and please uh, uh, rush give him to the doctor to test if this is his quirk or not or something." And so Inko comes to where Zuko is. He's still passed out, but comes, picks him up, and drives to a quirk doctor straight away. Meanwhile, Izuku in the back seat. Inko doesn't know this, but Izuku starts to change. And I know all of you are gonna like flame me about, oh, is this a transformation quirk? Uh, is this a emitter quirk? Is this a mutation quirk? Because Kirishima's is a transformation quirk, Mina is a mutant quirk, and Bakugo is an emitter quirk. Has a emitter quirk. Blah, blah, blah. So what's going on here is that Izuku is part transformation, part mutation. So essentially, he's transforming to his mutant self, if that means anything. So anyway, his hair starts to get darker, really dark. To the pitch, the pitch is black. The blackness of of the devil himself, his soul, the devil's soul himself. Because I don't think, because hold on, yeah, I don't think biblically the devil has a soul because he's immortal. I I don't know. Anyway, let's just say the pitch is black that you can get, the soul sucking black of emptiness, and this is what he's gonna look like. Shout out to Rare American or whoever made this, but I'm shouting them out because they're the ones who kind of gave me this idea. And shout out to whoever made this. I don't know who or what anime this is from or anything. So, you know, anyway, um, his he'll kind of take on this look, but like yeah, I'll get to that later. Whatever. So Izuku's hair starts to change. Like I said, it starts to get longer, not super long, but just longer. His skin starts to pale, like a pasty white. not a paste, not like a pasty, but someone who's been in their room for too long and hasn't gone in the sun in weeks. That's that type of white. Like still tan, but white. And his eyes are the one thing that his eyes change, starting to redden in one of them and darken in the other. So essentially, Izuku's left eye is red. Like, Izuku's left eye is a full crimson blood red, while Izuku's right eye, sorry, did I, his, Izuku's left eye is a crimson blood red. Izuku's right eye is a dark, almost, almost like an under shade of emerald green. I don't know how to describe it, but that's the best way I can. I'm trying to get better at describing objects and stuff, so I'm trying to work on that. Anyway, and this is the process is still going on while Izuku's in the back seat. Wait, no, wouldn't because they don't have a car. You know what? I'm gonna just say this is a rental. Yeah, whatever. Uh, uh, in the rental car, the backseat of the rental car. Well, Inko is just going to the hospital, driving as fast as possible, without breaking any laws. They get there, and Inko notices that his hair has gone longer. His hair has turned from that fluffy green color to this black black abyss color. His hair's gone longer. It's gotten sharper. It's not that, you know, mauve hair that's going on in canon. So she brings him to the quirk doctor. You know, the quirk doctor is like, you know, what happened? You know, ugh. You know, go and start testing Izuku, and Izuku, after all the tests are done, wakes up because plot wakes up. I'm like, and he's like, ugh, what happened, Mom? Where are we? Inko said, uh, Izuku, sweetie, we're in the hospital. Do you remember what happened? And Izuku starts to chuckle. I'm not going to do a chuckle because I'm in a really giggly mood. But Izuku starts to chuckle, and he says, I, I can't stop laughing. But he calms down, and he says, I remember this searing pain. So that's when the effects start to happen. Ah, crap. Yeah. That's when the effects start to happen to him. The mental effects. That's when the quirk doctor walks in and says, Miss Midoriya, your son has a very interesting quirk. And and you know, what is it? The quirk doctor explains what Izuku's quirk is. And she says that she doesn't know anybody who has that quirk in her line. It might be in her husband's, but he's a fire. He breathes fire, and my quirk is to levitate small objects towards me. And the quirk director says, "Well, there's a very rare chance extremely rare chance for someone to have a quirk not of their line. Again, extremely rare. Like one, like 1% of all quirk users get a different quirk from their parents, or it could be just a passed down quirk that skipped a couple generations. Who knows? I, you should probably look into it, but if it comes up negative, then it's probably the rare genetic modification. But it seems like your son is a mutation and um transformation quirk, because uh because what he looks like now is not the same as when he looked like then. So I believe that, I mean, the test results say that while his quirk was activating, he transformed and mutated himself to this. And Izuku just starts chuckling. And the quirk doctor says, you know, the quirk doctor says, Miss, sorry, I'm a little stuffed up. The quirk doctor says, Miss Midoriya, I did some brain scans on him to see if he's mentally fine. And it looks like there has been some issue because of his quirk. It cuts off all. It cuts off most to all. Most to all pain receptors in his body. Yeah. Most to all.
I think I may have lost the thread of our conversation.
What the fuck? Oops, sorry, didn't mean to curse. I don't want to get demonetized. I don't know why that happened. Anyway, um, so it caught most of all his pain receptors to be non-active, so he can't feel like slight amount of pain. It would take an excruciating amount of pain for him to feel it, but it would only feel very not as excruciating amount of pain. Like if he was stabbed in the stomach, and if he was stabbed in the stomach, it wouldn't feel like anything. But if someone were to burn his legs, it would feel like he got sunburned, or it or his legs will feel, or he will feel, uh, just a mild irritation. So Inko is shocked what Izuku can do. But I've also discovered something interesting. With the shutdown of Izuku's pain receptors caused a slight amount of insanity to cope with the loss of pain. I That's what his quirk is doing to him. He's slightly not stable. I mean, he's stable enough to do everything, but he's not stable enough to do certain things. but he's all around fine. I mean the I mean he's only slightly insane. Nothing's actually gonna happen to him. Like he's not gonna go on a mass murdering spree. He's fine. But try to keep him away from dangerous situations because I haven't run every test possible. There might be some more information that we just need to get to. Come back next week and we'll talk again. So the next day, um, actually, the doctor says come back tomorrow and we'll see, what still is because there's a lot of information that I still don't know about its quirk. Not fully. I've only just ran some minor tests. So the next day rolls around. Izuku doesn't go to school, and he goes back to the quirk doctor and says, "Ah, welcome back, Miss Midoriya, Izuku." Uh, Inko and Izuku bow and say thank you. Um, so they do some more tests on Izuku, and it turns out with the loss and this is I'm just you know what? Yeah, the doctor says to Inko that he has lost. He has a ex, uh, gained a regeneration ability, sort of. It's a regeneration ability when a limb or uh, loss of blood or anything kind of like that, loss of limb, loss of blood, fully, it's not there. Like you can't like it's incinerated. Let's say it. He will slowly regrow the arm, and if he lost a severe amount of blood, his body will rapidly would rapidly uh, try to bring back blood flow. I mean, bring back all that blood from uh, try produce more blood. I don't know why I didn't say that. It produces more blood when loss of blood, but I found out that he can essentially take apart any part of his body, and he will be fine. So kind of imagine the chop chop fruit from One Piece, kind of like that. I'm kind of just adding on to that. That's actually a really good idea. I don't like doing One Piece things. It just seems too. I don't want to get into it. And you know, isn't Inko is super surprised about this and like what? And the doctor says, "Let me show you." So and he asks Izuku if he can take his arm off. Izuku does so. He rips his arm off, and it's kind of just in his hand, and but it's not ripped off as in it's ripped off as in like Velcro, like how you rip off Velcro. That's not the sound, but that's kind of like the way of how it's taken off. And the doctor says, "Look at this. See, he's completely fine. He's not. I guess that's due to loss of pain receptors in his body. But you see how he can just take apart any part of his body. He can do that to anything. He could rip his skin off and then put it back on. It doesn't matter. And he has this weird ability. to become kind of a liquid, you could say, but it's just the transportation of matter. You could say it's the transportation of matter. Like, Izuku, can you please show her what I mean? And Izuku does so as he rips a little bit of his skin off, and it starts to become this liquid, like this slimy liquid viscosity, and it kind of just pools. But then Izuku, you know, just grabs it and places it back on his arm, and then reattaches his arm, and and you know, um, he can't be shot without he can't be shot in any non-vital areas. I mean, he can be shot in any non-vital areas and keep going. Any vital areas will kill him unless he does. I don't know what he would do in that situation, but any non-lethal uh, blow, he'll completely be fine, and his limbs still work when not attached to his body. So the next day rolls around. I'm gonna say it's Friday. This happened on a Wednesday. Zuko was rushed to the hospital on a Wednesday. They came back another day, and now it's Friday. So Zuko shows up and he says, hi to everybody that he knows. He says hi to Bakugo, and Bakugo asks, "Who are you?" And he says, "It's me, Izuku." You know, stuff like that. And Izuku explains what his quirk is and how his quirk works. Uh, I don't really see any downside. If you guys can just comment like a downside to his quirk, because like um what is it called? What is it? Like Sato has to eat a lot of sugar to become really muscular, to increase his strength. That's what I meant to say. He has to eat a lot of sugar to increase his strength. I'm surprised he's not on a diet. You know what? I bet you his body produces a has a blood sugar uh, calibration method in his quirk, because if the amount of sugar he's eating, he will get diabetes. And I know a lot about diabetes. I'm not gonna get into it. It's not me, but I don't want to talk about it anyway. But it's kind of like that. So please comment down below what his weakness, not weakness, but yeah, weakness to his ability is. And so yeah, so we do a kind of just couple year to middle school time skip. Izuku is dressed in this outfit, kind of just giggling to himself, you know, kind of just mad giggling, mad, and just fooling around, kind of just doing dangerous things, like he's doing. Let's just say he's doing push-ups off the bit, like so. Okay, so Zuko sits right next to a window seat. I mean, it's right next to a window. So Zuko opens the window and does push-ups on the ledge while his legs are dangling from the building. And Izuku's just mad laughing. And everyone is kind of just used to this at this point, you know. And Bakugo says, "Dude, what are you doing? And Izuku just says, I'm, 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 I'm getting some training in. I guess I can laugh. But yeah, so he gets, he's, I guess, training. I don't really know how to do this. It's kind of just all on the fly, like I said. Surprisingly, I haven't rambled that long. Why am I rambling now? Ooh, get back to the story. Actually, how long has this been going on? 30 minutes. Okay. I can fit into maybe I think I can fit into almost the end. So this is their last day of middle school. Izuku is just kind of just giggling, doing whatever, playing with fire, I guess. Yeah, let's just say that. You know, doing uh, like hanging sit-ups from his hands. That makes sense. Let's just say he's just doing whatever. He's just doing whatever. And the teacher comes in, he says, "Class, calm down, yada yada yada." And what do you want to be when you grow up? I got these registration forms for you. What you want to be when you grow up? And he says, "Oh, I'm kidding. I know you all want to be heroes. They show off their quirks, whatever." And Bakugo says, I mean, he's still arrogant, but not like cocky arrogant. Because he has to deal with Deku all the time, and Deku gets in a lot of dangerous situations. Surprisingly, Izuku's luck is effing terrible when it comes to having a normal day. Because flashback, aha! I tricked all of you. Flashback. This is when Izuku and Bakugo were out on a walk a couple years ago. Don't know when, but somehow, some way, um, this guy who has a knives quirk, let's just say, he can produce any knife he absorbs out of his body, and he's just running around. Let's just call him the villain Stavo, because I don't give a crap about villain names. They're stupid anyway. Because except for Kirigiri. That's actually really cool. I like that name. And All for One really it's a powerful name, but not really good. Yeah, I give it 7 out of 10. Still not good. Anyway. But you know, this dude comes running down and you know, you know, this villain comes running down and he sees Zuko and Bakugo, and they're just walking and talking to each other, not seeing that there's a villain in front of them. And Stavo, I'm just gonna call him their names. Stavo runs to Izuku and stabs him multiple amount of times, and kind of just hugs, not hugs him, but kind of just bashes into him because he produces out of any part of his body, he can produce blades, knives that he's absorbed. So you kind of can just run into people and be pretty much get stabbed everywhere. He's getting cut up, whatever. And Bakugo is like, "Oh, come on, dude," and just freaking just not blast him because he can't use his quirk, but this guy's really just focused on Izuku for just no reason other than just for plot. Screw all of you, it's my what if plot. And, you know, and Bakugo just straight up full on WWE grand elbow slams him in the neck. And I mean the neck, not the head, the neck. If you ever been hit in the back of the neck, oh God, does it hurt. But like on his yeah, on his neck. Like he put him into like uh kind of a chokehold, kind of not. It's hard to explain. But just slams him against the ground and the dude's knocked out. And Izuku's like I mean Izuku's just laughing his ass off. You know, everyone's like coming around like, yo, is he okay? Is he okay? You know, and Bakugo's like, he's fine. He's fine. You know, Izuku just stands up and he says, and he's still laughing. He says, "This is my favorite shirt." And he just mugs. He steals money from the knocked out guy. And Bakugo is like, "Really, dude? Really?" And Izuku says, "What is he gonna do? Kill me?" As and he starts and he still laughing, you know, and uh flashback ends because I don't know what I'm talking about. Actually, this is when I'm gonna end it off because I got to think about what I'm gonna do next for to continue on this. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, or yeah, tomorrow, because I gotta do stuff today. Bye.